Hi, I want you guys to all think about this. You grow up in a family where no one talks about their issues. You have a dad who's drunk all the time, but that's the norm, so no one even says anything. Your mom's sad a lot, but she's still functioning, so you think, okay, I guess she's okay. Now you're an adult with kids of your own. You love your husband and your kids more than anything, but in the morning you secretly just wish you wouldn't wake up. You wish that there was no one there that needed you, and why am I even here? You know that something is wrong, but this is how you grew up, so you think that it's normal not to tell anyone. Well, this was me in January 2019. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't mom. I couldn't do anything. I knew something was wrong. My husband knew something was wrong. My kids knew something was wrong. So my husband got my supervisor to take me to a mental health facility where I stayed there for a while. They figured out my medication situation. They ultimately diagnosed me with bipolar disorder and severe depression and anxiety. This is where I learned how to talk about my mental health and figured out my family's mental health history. I will now explain why there's a need for children to know about their mental health history. According to my audience analysis, 90% of you grew up in a home where it was either ignored or somewhat ignored when it came to mental health. And then there was a little under 60% of you that thought that was normal. So growing up, that's how you handled it. From the article, Common Genetic Factors Found in Five Mental Disorders by Wine, written in 2015, scientists have long recognized that many psychiatric disorders tend to run in families, suggesting potential genetic roots. Such disorders include autism, ADHD, bipolar disorder, major depression, and schizophrenia. I feel like we really need to acknowledge this list. It's scary to think that our kids could be feeling and showing signs of some of these disorders and having no way or knowing no way how to communicate with them. From the article, The Importance of Mental Health Awareness, written by Holt House in 2022, mental illness affects 19% of adults and 46% of teenagers, 13% of children each year. Untreated mental health can contribute to higher medical expenses, poor performances in school and work, fewer employment opportunities, and a risk of suicide. Based on the information, a lot of you will experience or already have experienced some form of mental illness. This is again based on the audience analysis and facts that were told to you. Would you want your child to be left to fend for themselves or be able to come to you for help? Now, let's go over the solution that could help us inform the ones we love. In the article US Health and Human Services, written in 2022, to gain a better understanding of family health history, it may help to talk to blood relatives, keep a record of family history, talk with mental health professionals, or visit a genetics counselor. Just because you have mental health illness in your family does not mean you or your children will develop them. But knowing the warning signs could help later if something were to happen. Knowing will also help you. Maybe you've never been diagnosed, you've always felt off. This could be the way to understand yourself as well. Sitting down and talking to your children may seem scary, but there are tools that you should take advantage of. For one, there are children's books that are meant to explain mental health in a way that they can understand. There's one in particular called Binky Bunny Wants to Know About Bipolar. By Kathleen Boris. Here's the description. Binky Bunny sees Mommy Bunny sleeping a lot and wonders why she won't wake up and play with him. When he asked his mom what's wrong, he learned about bipolar disorder. Using the book based on your child's age will help you use the correct language when informing them about it. Don't be afraid to do research or talk to family or use the tools that you have. You aren't alone. Next, let's go over what it could look like once you go through this conversation. From the article, Suicide and Youth Risk Factors, written by Bilson in 2018, it is estimated that 50% of youth suicide cases, family factors are involved. One important factor is a history of mental health among direct family members themselves, especially depression and substance abuse. After being told this, I feel like it shows that communication should be open, and it will help your child come forward if something is wrong. If everyone began to talk about mental health, It could not only help just your child, it could help you, it could help the people around you, and it would also end the stigma of how mental health is thought of. Talking about these uncomfortable things with your family could save your child later on. Again, talking can be the thing that saves someone's life. And now it's time to go over what to do right away. Today, I would like everyone to go home and ask your family about your mental health history. I know some of your families are not open to this kind of topic. There are genetic counselors that you could talk to. All you have to do is Google genetic counselors, and there's people that you can meet in person or just over the phone. But you should probably let your child be involved. Don't let your don't let your child be left in the dark like I was. My life may have turned out differently when it came to mental health if I knew my family's history sooner. Just remember, including your kid in whatever you find or telling them later is the most important step. It will help your child prepare for whatever mental health issues they may face later on in life. It can also help your relationship as parent and child. Mental health is scary, but it's even scarier if you deal with it alone. Don't let your child feel this way. Thank you.